There are moments in life that don't come with a warning. Moments that hit you so hard, you forget how to breathe. You look around and see people laughing, living, moving forward. While inside, you're crumbling, slowly, silently. You once had dreams. Remember those? Big ones, loud ones. The kind that kept you up at night, excited. But now, sleep is your escape, and waking up feels like punishment. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're just tired. Tired of being strong. Tired of pretending. Tired of hoping. And here's the cruelest part. The world doesn't pause. It doesn't care that you're broken. It just keeps spinning. But listen to me. This isn't where your story ends. In fact, this is where it begins. Because some of the most powerful human beings, the strongest, the wisest, the most inspiring, they were built from ruins. Today, I want to tell you a story that begins with pain, but ends in purpose. A story that might just remind you of your own strength. Let's begin. Hitting rock bottom. He had it all, or so it seemed. A high-paying job, a luxury apartment, a beautiful fiancé, and weekends that looked perfect on Instagram. But behind the scenes, a man was collapsing. For years, he had chased success like a man possessed. Climbing ladders, collecting titles, proving his worth to a world that only applauds when you win. He thought if he made enough money, people would respect him. He thought if he dressed sharp enough, no one would see the fear underneath. He thought if he kept going, eventually the emptiness would go away. But it didn't. Instead, the emptiness grew louder. Then came the crash. It started with a layoff, unexpected, ruthless, humiliating. His company called it downsizing. A man called it betrayal. Overnight, everything changed. His fiancée left him. She said she didn't sign up for a struggle. His friends stopped replying to texts. Parties weren't fun with someone who's depressed. His bank account shrank. His rent piled up. His confidence shattered. And one night, he stood on the edge of a flyover, looking down at the lights, thinking maybe, just maybe, if he disappeared, the pain would too. But something stopped him. A memory. His mother's voice, whispering to him as a child. Beta, jabs and daji thaka deji, rukjona, mega ha matmana. My son, when life exhausts you, pause, but never give up. He stepped back, not because he felt strong, but because deep down, he still had one thing left, a flicker of hope, the spark of change. Rock bottom is a brutal place, but it's also the most honest. No masks, no illusions, just you, your broken pieces, and the silence. And sometimes, in that silence, you hear something new. For a man, that silence became his turning point. He started walking every morning, not because he wanted to, but because he needed to move, to feel something, anything. He picked up a journal and started writing. One line a day. Some days it was angry, some days it was numb. But the act of writing became a lifeline. He watched videos, motivational talks, speeches, stories of others who had fallen and risen. He cried during them, not out of weakness, but recognition. He wasn't alone. He wasn't the only one broken. Then came a decision. He wouldn't try to rebuild the old life. That life was gone. That version of him was gone. He would build something new. A man took a basic job at a bookstore. The pay was low, but it gave him time to read, to learn, to breathe. It was there that he found a book that changed his mindset. Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. One quote hit him like lightning. When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. That's what he did. He stopped asking why me and started asking what now. He signed up for a part-time course in counseling psychology. He started volunteering at a helpline, listening to others who were where he had been. He began speaking to small groups, sharing his story. And every time he did, a strange thing happened. People cried. People thanked him. People told him, "You said what I couldn't say." The pain that once nearly ended him was now giving others strength, rising stronger than ever. It took years, not weeks. Healing isn't fast. Growth isn't glamorous. It's not a montage. It's messy, but it's real. A man became a certified therapist. He opened a small practice. People came to him not because he had all the answers, but because he had lived the questions. His story began to spread. One video, then another, then a TEDx talk. Not because he was a polished speaker, but because he was authentic. Real pain, real healing, real hope. He bought his own small apartment. Nothing fancy, but filled with peace. He laughed again. He danced again. And this time, the smile wasn't for Instagram. It was real. One day, someone asked him, if you could erase those painful years, would you? He paused and then said, no, because those years broke me, but they also built me. And that's the truth, isn't it? Life will break you. Not once, not twice, but many times. But the question is never, will I break? The real question is, will I rise? And you will. If life has broken you, I want you to know something. You are not weak. You are becoming. The pain you're feeling right now isn't the end. It's a fire that forges your strength. So here's what I want you to do. Pause this video, take a breath, and ask yourself, what now? Then write it in the comments. One step, one promise, something small, something real. You are not alone. We're building again, together. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe, because someone out there needs to hear this just like you did. Remember, you are more than your pain. You are the comeback story the world is waiting for.